we get set. Jim Capers, Terry Durham, Joe Crawford, the officials. The Spurs leaders in the Midwest Division by 6 percentage points over the Utah Jazz, who defeated Boston in overtime last night. And Avery Johnson sees Hardaway sag off him. And inside, Anderson to David Robinson on a set play.
Established himself on offense early tonight after he had the early foul trouble last night, but also on defense against Jim Peterson this evening.
Maybe the best pure shooter in the NBA. Mullen out to Rod Higgins. Immediately burns his 53rd three-pointer of the year. Great game. They're 4-2 since they moved him into the lineup. They've made a few changes, not only with the lineup, but what they're doing with the lineup. Rolling hook for Robinson for 3. Ray Johnson. The Warriors, until recently, when they lost 6 of 7, a motion offense team, much like the Spurs. They've gone more to a set attack. And it's working. Three-pointer again, Higgins. On February 5th. At that time, a career-high 19 points. Nice backdoor cut, Sean Elliott.
And Elliott sneaks in there.
Hardaway. Jim Peterson had a notion of goaltending, and it's 8-6 Warriors. Hardaway, the 11th leading scorer in the league. The Warriors feature 3 of the top 11. Richmond is 10, Mullen is 7. And there is the team. He averages 7. Elliott, triple team, stripped by Peterson. Looked for some help that wasn't there. The long pass, Mullen. Even with the loss in Los Angeles last night, Spurs winners of 5 of 6. Strong move by Terry Cummings.
Against Avery Johnson. So it looks like the bad back is gone away for the time being.
Mullen from outside. 2 years has not had less than 24 points against the Spurs, and he's had at least 30 in 4 of the 6 games. Willie Anderson turns in the lane. Toll-free 1-800-688-SPURS. The Spurs camp sponsored by HEB. Another good shooting first quarter. The Spurs making that a habit. Tim Hardaway formally used, and that is the situation for Wingate tonight. Lister ripping down the board after Elliott missed in deep. And Higgins, who's already got 2 threes, adds a 2. Spurs may have some missed assignments with new matchups. A 6-point start for Cummings. Spurs back within 3.
Yeah, a good up fake there to draw off his defender, and then he had an easy open shot at the basket. Working against Lister, and it's just as physical.
David doing a flop to no effect. If nothing else. Lister out on Cummings. And Willie Anderson from the baseline. We'll take a crack at paraphrase. Or words to that
effect.
1916 Warriors. Spinning underhand banker. Mitch Richmond with his first 2 of the night.
The ball up immediately over Lister.
Well, Robinson wanted to drive on Lister. Richmond foiled the idea and scores at the other end. Offense. For Richmond, it's a 7-point Warrior lead, their biggest. And another steal. This is their specialty. Mullen.
They're quick, and they're good at double team.
Offensively, Lister breaking free. 117 points per game for the Warriors. One of the 10 highest scoring trios in NBA history. Anderson, nice move leaning in. He's got 6. The lead is 7.
Takes a miscue trying to feed to Robinson, gets the ball back, and is able to make amends.
2 minutes remaining.
Higgins switching off on Mullen. We go under the 2-minute mark, first quarter. Robinson to help out behind the back, bounce pass. Back over to Mullen. And he has 9. Anderson and Richmond, all rookie, top 2 rookie of the year vote getters. 2 years ago, Richmond outpulling Willie. And Robinson hits from outside. Spurs need this win to remain plus 500 on the road for the year. They're 15 and 14 after they lost to the Clippers. 2 more for Mullen. Look out. He's got his rhythm. Sean Higgins to bring it up. Robinson to the power hook. He threw it down.
Boy, the flick of the wrist.
Bad rebound. 10 seconds. 3-on-2. Anderson to Wingate. Didn't catch it in rhythm. 4 seconds. Now they're going to take a tough shot. Elliott on the run at the buzzer. Count it. Terry Durham says count the basket, and he's going to tack on a foul on Alton Lister. Yep. Still Warriors by 4. Hardaway for the pull-up. In New York of Mullen. Cut as a 9th grader, made it as a teammate of Mullen 2 years later. Roundabout tour ending up with the Warriors. That's a 2. Williams or the Utah Jazz, whoever comes out of the Midwest. Tough shot, Wingate. And his first 2. Hardaway. 3-pointer, Rod Higgins. Would have been his 3rd of the night. Hardaway keeps it alive. High floater, Richmond. 8 points. Took outlet of Wingate, now Anderson. Wingate, nice job drawing contact by Ellie. For the first time in 3 games. That's his 10th. Board, another Mullen steal. Richmond back to him.
Well, that's a great pass by Richmond to Mullen on the man to pass to, and that helps provoke the turnover.
Avery Johnson getting the start at the point. He's only turned it over once. Willie Anderson's hot shooting continues. Double figures. And he's shown the 3 already. He showed it there. Gave it off to Richmond, who gets his own board. And the follow. I guess the
Church's Chicken Restaurants.
Robinson out of the double team. That time the Spurs lucky they didn't turn it over. That's why. Sean Elliott. Nice wraparound pass. The reverse will go. Count it for Robinson. That set appeared specifically designed mainly to get an illegal defense. It did not. Maybe the officials didn't know who to call it on. Could have been on any of 3 Spurs.
3 guys, exactly.
Willie, quick comeback. Shot clock is at 7. It's the rare Warrior possession where you got to worry about the shot clock. With 3 to go, Hardaway's fall away gives him 11.
How do you defend that? It's the second time we've seen him use that shot tonight, where he just spins and falls away, and it's just really tough to get a hand anywhere near that.
Pick and roll with a whistle. Robinson tangled up with Tyrone. Hit weird sets put in recently by Don Nelson. Double clutch. Elliott with 12. That could have cut it to 3. Wingate flopping, no call. Lister. A major possession by Golden State after the Robinson miss at the other end. What could well have been a 3-point game is 7.
Robinson tried to lay it in from underneath the basket, but didn't have good position off the baseline.
And Wingate sat on the bench, saw what Rod Higgins did to get a foul. He did the same thing. There was no call. This is a call on Robinson. They say a force out in the corner. That's his 3rd.
Number 15, David Robinson, 3rd.
7-point game. Cummings and Anderson in trouble with 4. Robinson has 3. We're midway 3rd period. No Rod Strickland, no Paul Pressey. And so far tonight, no David Greenwood. New brace and all. We haven't seen David Greenwood at all. Lister, 2 more.
Well, they're letting Lister drive in. What happened, Lister's lays way back trying to draw the defense, the illegal defensive call. Then he sneaks in down the baseline. No one picks him up.
In the Western Conference and the 5th seed. You either host in the first round, probably the Warriors, or you play at Phoenix, perhaps, in the first round. Good steal. Avery Johnson sneaking on Mullen. Robinson. Oh, my. Spurs double down again. Now Robinson, Richmond. The fans warm to this matchup. Out it goes. Rod Higgins, 5 on the shot clock. Mullen. Automatic.
Because he's just going to wait for the defense to try it inside and just pop it out with 5 seconds on the clock. He's ready.
Wingate wanted the alley-oop. Lister wouldn't allow it. They give Avery Johnson the 20-footer.
Avery Johnson.
Lo and behold, Hardaway with only 11. Again, Avery fighting Hardaway almost to a standstill. On the 360 spin, Mullen. Average 40 minutes per game. And the Warriors could have 3 do it this year. Mullen. Count it. 4-year-old I've ever seen in my life.
He's got some hard years on him here in the NBA.
Avery Johnson guarded by Pritchard, who played for Brown at Kansas. Fall away at the buzzer. Air ball. We go to the 4th. And after the Spurs twice closed within 4, they're right where they were at halftime, down 9. Back for more Spurs basketball after this word from Diamond Shamrock. As many as they have forced. In deep, the Admiral knocked away, got it back. 7 to shoot. Anderson, the long 2, not nearly long enough. Tip to Higgins, and count it. What a play by David Robinson this year when they trail after 3 periods. Lots of precedent set this year where they come from behind. Tyrone Hill. First field goal. Robinson, Higgins, Wingate with the Spurs. Warriors not doubling Robinson every time. So he beats Tyrone Hill, which he should do just about any chance he gets. 21 now for David. 15 boards. No Warrior has more than 6 rebounds. Richmond in the circle. They've held Richmond and Hardaway pretty well in check.
On the first pump, goes up the second time.
Avery Johnson, power drive and the reverse. And it's a 6-point game.
Avery Johnson.
Hard to fault the play of AJ tonight. Or most nights, really. Time in the half can come within 4. Big battle. Robinson and Hill exchanging blows. Johnson on the run. Got it again.
Avery Johnson.
Promising possession, but Ellie foiled it. And Hardaway off the glass makes it a 6-point game.
And that's a really big basket because he has to go over the outstretched arm.
I won't ask you to repeat it.
No.
I understood the first time. Robinson double. Johnson finds the seam and the open man. 7.5 minutes. Fourth quarter. Boy, Lister and Robinson really going at each other, and David backs him totally out of the low post. Gets them both back to a 4-point game. Warriors have been the second best team in the league against division leaders. They're 5-5. The only team better, the Lakers. Anderson slipping free. Now this is what Lister is in there to. Robinson to drive and dish. Anderson. That for the tie. Short Willie, a hard-fought board, won't go either. Rebound, Elliott. Got it.
Oh, big board. Good offensive rebounding by the Spurs.
On time. Hardaway. And the tap by Mullen. Just about every way you can score. Lister and Robinson back at it again. With no whistles. Backdoor cut. Elliott ties it up again.
He gets satisfaction as keepers. We'll try someone new.
Under 5 minutes. Hardaway stop and pop. 15 for Hardaway. And what a different outlook this would give them in the middle of this 4-game trip. Anderson double clutch. Robinson foul. They own the offensive glass. Higgins give it to Mullen. 7 to shoot. Richmond. Anderson down. Willie in foul trouble, had to give him some room.
Yeah, Robinson tried to get over to the help, but he was a little too late.
Two-man game. Johnson, Robinson, now Anderson works the other way, and they clear it for Elliott. Robinson in deep. He's stripped. Hardaway and Higgins double teaming a disgusted David Robinson. Hardaway. Big rebound, Sean Elliott. And again, the Spurs can pull even. Cummings open. The jumper returns for TC. 9 in the game. 92-92. Every Warrior out there right now can hit the three-pointer. If Wingate misses this, they only needed 2 to win. If he makes it, they needed 2 for OT. .101.99. Hardaway, 5 seconds. Hardaway with 3 seconds. It'll be Higgins for the 3 at the buzzer. It is no good, and the Spurs hang on. I don't know how a road win could be any tougher than this one, but the Spurs pull it out as Rod Higgins' three-pointer misfires at the buzzer.
And it came down to a former Spur taking what could have been the game-winning shot. And there you see Avery Johnson, who had a great game tonight against the Golden State Warriors. Avery finishing with 14 points against Tim Hardaway, who hit a big 3. And up until that moment, he was able to hold him to 15. But Hardaway finishes with 18 against Avery's 14 points. And here's another look at it. 7.2 seconds after Wingate makes his second of 2 free throws. They bring it up. Johnson guarding Hardaway. Hardaway's going to penetrate, but then he's going to kick it out when they draw on the double team. Just what we told you they do. Higgins is there, wide open. The shot goes up. No time on the clock, and it's just a little short. And the Spurs get a big win here in Oakland.
So they are 1 for 2 on the road trip. 101.99, and we'll be back in a moment.